Hello, ACX here. It's the 1st of July 2019. We've been in the chat room now. We launched 10 days ago. And I want to thank you everyone for actually joining. And we're having really good fun in there at the moment. Last week was a very good week for us. And if you do have any more questions, just always feel free to shout. This is why I'm making, adding some questions into this video as well. I had a question from Redemption asking about how do I define my profit taking levels and work out what percentage to take out per trade. And I had another one as well from Chim on looking for the bounce and the criteria of actually looking for a reclaim. So I just want to start off here showing you the continuation pattern, and this goes out to Chim's question as well on a reclaim. What you can actually do if you do reclaim, and we smashed this trade last week guys on Matic, literally bought at the lows on the 1 hour. As you can see, there's reclaiming, we scoured out some here. And then we added around this area and we sold out more down here at the resistance. Now, this partially goes out to Redemption, this one as well. As you can see, the higher time frame resistance and supports will be the more significant levels. So as you can see here, this was the breakdown spot. It double tapped and then it broke down. So that's going to be a strong resistance point now. More stronger than this one on the 4 hour. But we're working at it right now. It's looking good. And if you get a reclaim over that, you can take another long. But so that will be a significant resistance level. As you can see here on the 4 hour, this was an area now that had a breakdown as well, but it's not going to be as significant as this level because this one is the daily. But nonetheless, we take out the profits because what we do is we expect a pullback and then we can actually load up on a setup such as this on the continuation pattern to actually re-get long. So instead of holding and getting a drawdown in this bit, you actually got your money in the bank. You can load up more shares here with low risk. And as you can see, this was like a breakdown area. Well, this was like a retest on the 1 hour, the breakdown spot. You had this area here. I think on the 2 hour, maybe you see it. You broke up and then you've dipped and then you've got a reclaim, but it was a bit messy. But as you can see here now, the same thing applies to this area. So you have the support level now on the larger time frame. And it comes in. Now what you want to do is you want to wait for a reclaim for confirmation. And this goes out to Chim's question. So Chim, if you see the price break up on say a 4 hour or 1 hour, look down in a lower time frame and then look for some confirmation. So as you can see here, we had the double breakdown, we flushed down, we had the 15-minute divergence bullish on the RSI and the MACD. We've come back up, we've taken this higher, but we've basically created like an inverse head and shoulders, and it taps perfectly into this level, look, and then you just get the confirmation and you can go. Because what could actually happen is this could just break down and just keep creating lower lows and lower highs, and then what would actually happen is sometimes you could just dip below this level and then come and reclaim it like so. And then this actually happened on Litecoin today. I was actually waiting for it to see if it would give me a continuation setup, but as you can see now it's starting to come up. And I drew these arrows earlier. As you can see, the retest, a lot of people would be long in that retest, and this is exactly what I mean about running for the stops. As you can see here on the volume, you had this sell volume coming in, but this bounce volume, look how weak that was. There wasn't really no sign of any buyers coming up in this area, and then you just had this sell off, and look at the volume, people just getting stopped out, trying to long this breakout. So what we're actually waiting for now is just to get a reclaim above, hold that level, and then we can go long. And if I'll show you on the 15-minute chart, it's a bit clearer. That was the previous swing low before this dip. So you want to reclaim that swing low, and then that will show us if we can get a bullish continuation or not. So the setups that we're actually in right now is Algo, which has just been floating around for ages now. As you can see, just try to do something, but not really much happening. But we're okay for the moment still. We've got our long, and it should pump as long as Bitcoin gives us the opportunity to. Atom as well. We're still in this one. It's not been going as fast as it should be, but you know, it's been testing resistance here for the breakout. So if we get a breakout, like I said, you can get the add spot as well if you wish. But note this daily resistance here now, where it broke out and went on this large run. This is going to be a test spot now, but as soon as it goes over that, it's kind of clear to up in this region here, around here to, can't see, 6626. So we just have a good run there, and if we can get over here, we can start doing those continuation patterns. We'll look to add as long as Bitcoin actually gives us the chance. But all these IEOs, I said it in the last week's video. Look at the runs we've had. The 1 hour here on seller, picture perfect, swing lows. You actually had a swing low here as well that reclaimed, and it's just gone on a monster run. And things. I was looking for the little reclaim here, but it didn't actually happen, and to try and get long, but that's looking quite powerful again. It looks like some buyers are coming there, but the volume ain't too great. FET as well, just on a monster run. All these looking really, really good, but all challenging the same kind of areas on resistance. As you can see, swing low, dips below, reclaim, and a monster run, and now you're just hovering above the resistance area. And these are what I mean. If I go on the 30-minute chart, I don't know if that's going to show us anything good. You see you had these swing lows here, and it just dipped, and then it retested, and it started holding. Good place to go long. But we're going to be looking at this area here, the 1581. For the guys that was in the S&P 500, congratulations on the trade. But I would be looking to take some profits, or I would have here at the highs, just because it's just a logical area really to take profits at highs, especially all-time highs. That's a different kettle of fish. But as you can see here, you did have the 1 hour. This is what I mean about the continuation here. You had this swing low point. It's dipped down to take any stops from the swing low. And then you've had this bullish divergence, you've dipped, you come straight back up, and that's what you want to see with the dips. If they ponder around too long below, it's looking more like a retest. You want a quick dip in, and then you want to see it get bought up really quickly, and as you've done here, it bought up, and then you had a nice pullback and chim. This one goes back out to you. As you can see, it's a nice move through and then back again. It's not like a little one. If it goes little, you need at least 2 candles really to confirm. Otherwise it could just start crashing down again. It could just be like just a liquidity thing, just to run back into the resistance, take those stops that anyone that's shorted, and then flush down. So you want to see it actually break through. And as you see here, it holds, and then it just made a monster run to the higher. So that was a very good trade for anyone that took it. Now the ones we are looking at, we are in XRP. We took 50% of the profits here, and as you can see, this one's back to chim. This is an hourly level, but we're really targeting this daily level now. As you can see, this swing low point here, it tapped here and then it broke down. So we're really targeting this area here of the 4165. We're working on it. We're struggling to break this little hourly resistance in the 1 hour. But it's looking good so far. And this is what I mean about looking for the reclaims, but it did dip. And we was trying to get an ad on that actually, but I don't think we did. We didn't. So it's a bit difficult on that one, but nonetheless we've got our position here. And like I said, look, as you can see here, I've already pre-drawn it. If we dipped below and reclaim that swing low point, it'll be a good ad point. Litecoin, we're waiting on it, see if we can get above there. Now let's look at the foreign exchange. We did get stop outs on the Great British Pound earlier this morning, but it seems like everything has been revived. And now we're looking at more entries. We're getting the 4 hour divergences. So the euro against Great British Pound. I want to show you this area right here. And you can see this area is just always, you can see it goes all the way back here as well. It's just been a really good pivot. And it really sells off. And you've so oversold here, you're getting a daily MACD and RSI divergence. So that's showing that it could actually fall quite a bit, especially a daily divergence as well that matches up to your 4 hour ones. It gives us a really good signal or indication that it could be a larger drop if you do actually get the drop. So as you can see here, MACD diverging into highs, RSI just about or kind of on the equal, but you get this clean level here, 3 taps, breakout, and as you see it's just one candle and it just gets flushed straight back down. Just means all the liquidity has just been popped from that, especially when it's a 3 tap like that. That's the 4th trying to break. All these shorts or whatever, or all these longs both ways, just got to get trapped in either direction, and then it flushes down. You make a small little Casimodo, breaking that swing low point, and then look straight into that entry point right there, and it just sells off. So these are our levels we're looking for down here. There's some liquidity down here on this support, and then furthermore, anyone that's longed out here, there'll be some liquidity around this area here, just below this support. So, but there are 2 targets. The risk to reward here stops above high, and moving down. New Zealand against the US dollar. We're into this key level here on the daily. It wasn't oversold, but I mean overbought, sorry, but you know, just key level. So I was looking for a retracement, and you can see, look how many up days that is without a pullback. So it was going to be a nasty sell-off. and it has been, but it hasn't really given us an entry yet. So we want to look to see if we can get a pump up to resistance, and then that set up again on the lower time frame, maybe the hourly. What's this, 4 hour? Yeah, so maybe on an hourly, we'll look for a setup like this into resistance to actually get along, and then drive this down to this area here, 6594. Great British pound to New Zealand dollar. As you can see, a little double tap here, break down, straight back up again. And that's what you want to see. You want to see a straight, you want to see the move down and a straight buyback, and that's exactly what's happened. So now we'll be taking longs anyway. You can see the alerts here, but around this area, 8892. Try and get a long, stops below the low. You've got the 4 hour divergence. The daily is just so oversold. You're looking at look at the divergences coming up as well. The MACD pointing upwards. The RSI pointing upwards. The MACD kind of hasn't diverged, but the RSI has. So we're looking to take along with that, along with some other pairs. As you can see here, US dollar against the Canadian dollar, equal lows. Oversold on the RSI, and you've had a really good pump today with the divergences of the 4 hour. What we're looking for now is a little pullback here to the 3118, and we'll try and get along, obviously take out these highs, and then we'll look up to this area here. Some good risk to rewards here on that setup. Once again here, pound CAD as well, double breakdown, straight buyback. So we'll be looking for this area right here with the 4 hour divergence on the MACD. Try and get some push up to this area here, the 6757 as the first area, this resistance right here, and then we'll start trying to take out some highs. But as you can see, you've just dipped below here, taking out the liquidity. So there's so much support around this area. So we're looking for the bounce. Australian Canadian dollar, this one got a bit ugly. We had this range here. We got in and we thought it was going to break out, but it's just taking all the liquidity out of there for anyone that tried longing, and then it's just hammed down the shorts. Or for anyone that's tried shorting here, they've just run all the stops and then just plummeted it down. But as long as this level holds, I think we'll be alright. But I'm not really happy to get into this one until we do get like a reclaim of that kind of level. We'll have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin has found some support right back at this area, which was previous. I'm not sure I've got that support drawn from. Let me have a look. Okay, yeah, so this area here, from this previous swing higher, and we're finding a bit of support here. But obviously, as long as we stay above this area right here, we're still theoretically bullish, even though we are creating some kind of weird lower highs and lower lows. But I don't think it's anything too badly to panic about, but it's really nice to get some altcoins with some relief. You're looking at this little mini range low here, so maybe if you want to play scalp plays, and like I said, if you want to play scalp plays and you see this is the bottom of the range, dive down into some lower time frames. You're not going to get nothing here actually, but just so you had some divergence and the swing low was around this area. Now just say the swing low was here and it broke to a new low, and that was basing out as support, you would take that as a long, but it's actually below the swing low, so nothing really to show for that yet. So that is what we are looking at this week. The British pound pairs really are on our radar as the main guys. We're looking at obviously the BitMEX alts, and obviously to keep an eye on the IOs. If you have any other Bitcoin, any other altcoins that you want to be reviewed, just send me a message anytime, any day. I'm always there for you guys. So guys, if you have any more questions, just give me a shout. Thank you for watching ACX.